We want your time at Clarkson to be safe and awesome. It all starts with consent. Consent shows that you respect others and that you care what happens to them. So here are the basics on consent. New York state law and Clarkson's sexual misconduct policy states that affirmative consent is a knowing, voluntary, and mutual decision amongst all participants to engage in sexual activity.
So, you wanna?
Sure.
Alright, let's go.
In New York, a person under the age of 17 is unable to consent in any sexual activity. The definition of consent does not vary based on a person's sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. Consent can be given by words or actions, as long as those words or actions create clear permission to willingly participate in sexual activity.
Hey! How's it going? It's going great.
You're so funny.
Silence or lack of resistance in and of itself does not demonstrate consent.
Hey. Want to get lunch?
Consent to any sexual act or prior consensual sexual activity between or with any party does not necessarily constitute consent for any further sexual activity.
Do you want to go back and Netflix and chill?
No.
Okay.
Consent is required regardless of whether the person who is initiating the act is under the influence of drugs and/or alcohol.
I didn't know that was gonna be gone.
Hey, can I give you a hug?
No.
No?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
He got the point.
Consent cannot be given when an individual is incapacitated. This occurs when an individual lacks the ability to knowingly choose to participate in sexual activity. Incapacitation may be caused by a lack of consciousness, being asleep, being involuntarily restrained, or if an individual can otherwise not consent.
Hey, wanna hang out? Okay.
If there's no consent given, don't act.
Hey, you want to go hang out?
No consent given, no action taken.
Depending on the degree of intoxication, a person who is under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or other intoxicants may be incapacitated and therefore unable to consent.
So you know, that was a lot of fun tonight. Do you think maybe you wanna go get a burrito?
Nice catch.
Consent may be initially given, but withdrawn at any time.
Hey, can I have a hug?
Yeah, man, come on. Alright, man. Time to stop. Come on.
Awkward, but once consent is withdrawn, you must stop that action.
Consent cannot be given if it is the result of coercion, intimidation, force, or threat of harm. When consent is withdrawn or can no longer be given, the sexual activity must stop.
When in doubt, stop that action.